Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. How are you all doing? Welcome to another book recommendation video. I am so excited for this video because today I get to share with you one of my favorite tropes in the romance genre. I am going to be recommending some books in the friends to lovers genre, and I am so excited. This video is not for children at all. These are not the books for you. So if you are watching this, click off and go find books that are for you. Also, if you love your romances a little bit cleaner, this is probably not the video for you either. So the people that are left, I am guessing that we have similar tastes in books. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. The first book that I want to recommend is called A Glimpse of a Dream. Now, I've been seeing lots of videos online like these, and I have not seen one person recommend this book at all. This book, I read it about 5 years ago. I absolutely love this book. I know the author has written lots of other books, but I haven't read them yet. So in this book, we follow our heroine called Tegan and our hero called Ken. I just love the friendship in this book. The friendship was written so well, and it's one of my favorite books, honestly. In this book, we follow our heroine and hero who, the book starts when they're 10 years old, when they move into this orphanage home because they're both orphans, and from there they obviously grow up, form a really lovely friendship, and because they're the only two children in that home, their bond just makes it stronger and really beautiful. It's honestly amazing. I don't want to give it away, and also I'm not great at explaining books and why I love them so much, but let me just tell you, if you love friends to lovers romance, you would absolutely love this book. The next book that I want to recommend is called The Truth About Heartbreak by B. Celeste. Now, this is actually quite a popular book because I have seen it recommended a couple of times. Also, this is a series that can be read alone. So this is a very hard book to actually explain without giving everything away. So let me just read you the synopsis quickly. I fell in love with him when I was 13 years old. He was older, mysterious, and unattainable. The guy I could never touch. Then one night changed everything for us. But there was one huge problem. He belonged to her. So obviously there is trigger warning in this story, but this story, if you are looking for friendship, you would absolutely love these two people's friendship. So our heroine is called River and our hero is called Everett, and it's just lovely because you also get to see them from when River is 13 years old and Everett is 16. And by the way, this book is mixed with other tropes in it. It could also be, it's definitely friends to lovers, but also brother's best friend, and also forbidden romance is in there as well. So all of those tropes are in this book. Obviously there is something in there that I don't agree with, but I love the author. I love the way the author writes. They really get you to think about life, and I love reading romances where it's not just about the two people, you know, because guys, let's face it, okay? Let's be honest. As much as romance is lovely, there is also other aspects that is happening around those people, and sometimes when you read romances, it makes you feel like it's just about the two of them and they have no friends, they have no family, they have no problems. And I'm like, this is not realistic. So I love reading romances where I see life. In this book, The Truth About Heartbreak, there is a life in there. It also deals with heartbreak in a very honest way, and you just think to yourself, yeah, heartbreak is real, and sometimes things happen that are out of your control, I guess. And yeah, you will love this book if you are looking for a friends to lovers. The next book that I want to recommend is called Manhattan. This book is part of a series, but I have not read the other books in series because I read the synopsis and it didn't really call my name, you know? If a book doesn't call my name, I'm just like, I don't have time to waste, you know? Time is precious. So I have not read the other books in the series, but I read this one and I absolutely love it. This book is actually new adult, so it's not a fully adult romance because our heroine and hero are actually 18 in this book. It was just lovely to read this book. Our heroine is called Kylie and our hero is called Michael. Kylie and Michael met when they were 8 years old in school. Something tragic happened in both of their lives which brought them together, and they became best friends from there on. Kylie has been in love with Michael since they met. Basically, since they were 8 years old, she's been in love with the guy, you know, and the guy didn't know that. So the hero didn't know that. He obviously dated in the book. This is not spoilers or anything. So he's dated, but she's never dated anybody. And when they graduate from high school, he announces that he wants to move to New York, to Manhattan. And the heroine Kylie is thinking to herself, how is she going to survive? She hasn't told him that she's in love with him. So she sets out on a mission to try to change his mind so he can stay in their small town. Along all of this, everything happens somewhere down the line. They end up sort of like, you know, getting together, obviously, but it's honestly, this book is just beautiful. It's written really, really well. So if you do love Friends to Lovers, I think you would absolutely love this book. Next books that I want to recommend actually by the same author, and I left them until the end. And if you are a person that loves romance, you are going to guess who the author is. So this author is the queen of slow burns. Her books are usually huge. They are like over 500 pages long. If you read a really good book by her, you don't want it to end. So if you're a fan of romance and you have got this far into the video, comment down below and let me know who you think the author is before I say the author. So without further ado, the next book that I want to talk about is called Wait For It by Mariana Zapata. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love this author. I have only read 2 books by her, but I am on the mission to read all of her books. But obviously, there's no way you can go from one book of hers and go into another book of hers because they take time. I just love this book. If you love books that have friendship, that have little people in them, you would love this book. So in this book, we follow our heroine who is called Diana. She is an aunt slash mom. She's in her 30s, 29, 30. And she moves into this new neighborhood, obviously trying to come to terms with being a mom. So we don't know how she came to be an aunt slash mom to these 2 little adorable boys. And the only thing missing in her life is a boyfriend or a husband. So she moves into the new neighborhood. I'm not gonna tell you the name of the hero because I think that is the fun of it in this story. Because I was a little bit confused. I was like, who is going to be the hero? Because it wasn't clear from the beginning. There was like 3 people that could have been the hero. And I was like, is it that one? Is it that one? Is it that one? And I didn't know really. So it's interesting. So that's why I'm not gonna say the name of the hero. Oh, I just love the hero as well. I love the hero. The hero, he's so lovely. He's the type of man that I would want in my life. I'll just be like, yeah, you know, you're solid, you're good. He's also dealing with some stuff, but he's such an honest man. He's such a caring man, and he just loves the 2 little boys as well. And they form this friendship, and he's there to help. He's there to also open up about his own life, while our heroine Diana is also opening up about her life. And you just see them falling in love. Also, Mariana Zapata is the queen of honestly including side characters in stories so well. When I read these type of books, the slow burns, it's just the little moments, you know, even the touch, even the smile, even the peck. Those things are everything. So if you are looking for a romance that is just go, 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 fast, fast, these books are not for you. these books are definitely not for you. Actually, I don't even think any of the books I mentioned on this list are for you, because all of these books are a little bit slow, but more so these two books that I'm recommending now are not for you. If you're a fan of Mariana Zapata and you have never heard of Wait For It, look it up, read it, you would thank me. You will fall in love with this story. I cried, I laughed, and I smiled. Honestly, it's the same with actually the first book as well, A Glimpse of a Dream. I also cried in that one. I remember crying and smiling, although I read it quite a while ago. And just beautiful. Honestly, beautiful. The next book that I want to recommend, which is also by the same author, is called The Wall of Winnipeg. This is a well-known book because I have seen it being recommended a couple of times. I love this book as well. In this one, we follow our heroine, who is called Vanessa, and our hero, who is called Aiden. Now, Aiden is very clueless about life and anything else that's going on that isn't to do with his job, which is, was he a footballer? He plays American football or something like that. I'm not really sure. This is also a sports romance. His whole world, his everything, it's his job. So Vanessa has been working for him for 2 years. And this man, he's grumpy. She says good morning, he doesn't answer her. He doesn't really speak to her, and she's thinking to herself, I'm not appreciated here. So then she quits and she moves on. And then one night she finds Aiden, the hero, sitting on her doorstep asking her to come back, and she's thinking, no, why should I go back? But there is a reason as to why Aiden is asking her to come back. So anyways, they struck up a really good friendship. They start talking, he starts to open up, and you get to see that he's actually not a bad guy. He's just very focused on his career, and when he opens up and you get to know him, you realize that he's just a fantastic, brilliant boyfriend. Oh my goodness, I love Aiden. Also, I forgot to mention, by the way, although I recommended Wait For It first before this one, but actually the friend in The Wall of Winnipeg is actually our main character in Wait For It, Diana. But obviously you can read these books separately because they are separate. They are not a series at all. But because the author does such an amazing job of bringing the side characters to life, that she can actually write a whole book about the side characters, which is beautiful. I know there is a book that came out last year, 2020, which actually has the best friend, also another best friend in from The Wall of Winnipeg. So I haven't read that, but I really can't wait to read that as well. The Wall of Winnipeg is honestly just go and pick up all of these books. But I will say, these books are slow burns, so if you love slow burns, pick them up. But I absolutely love these books. The thing is, this is how much I love them, that when I'm reading them, I didn't want them to end. Like, I didn't want to leave that world. You become so attached to that world because it's written so well that you don't want to leave. So those are all the books that I'm going to recommend for this video. I hope there is at least 1 or 2 books in here that you would absolutely give a try or you haven't even heard of. So thank you for watching. If you have got this far into the video, please don't forget to leave me a comment because I love talking to you all. Also, give this video a like so that I know you liked it, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah! Lots of love.